I knew of them. I wasn't familiar with the whole book talk situation yet. As soon as I got the original audition, I read the deal. And then when I kind of got into the callback chemistry process, I needed to learn more about Allie, so then I read the score. 100%. I originally auditioned for Hannah, fun fact, because they were only, I think, sending out tapes for Garrett and Hannah and like not really, like just starting from there and then like placing people. Anyway, and so I was like, this is not correct, and everyone was like, don't worry, like they know that you're much more of an Allie, and I was like, okay, well, let's see. And then yeah, I started reading the book and I was like, oh, 100%, like this is like right. You know, I was talking to Steven yesterday and he was like, you're nothing like Allie. And I was like, you're just so wrong. Like, Allie, I have a very, like, low frequency way of existing in the world. Like, or just like, I'm just like a generally calmer person. Allie's just me, like, when I'm having the best day of my life. Or, like, when I've just had a Red Bull or 3 or 4 coffees or whatever. Like, Allie's just me, like, when I'm with my favorite people having the time of my life. So I was really excited to, like, kind of have to put myself in that headspace for an entire shoot, because that's really good for the mental, I think. Yeah, I think Allie's relationship with her family is extremely important, and it has, and obviously we can't really get there yet in this season, but we've already been talking about, you know, Allie's relationship with her family and her love for her family really informs a lot of the decisions that she makes about other relationships in her life. So that was a big thing that we discussed. And also, like, Allie does have this like larger than life personality, but it's almost like a mask for her extremely like vulnerable and sensitive kind of like inner core. So I think it was just like finding a way to develop that inner core and those inner like insecurities and fears and doubts and whatever, and then like letting that kind of bubble underneath, like in these moments of like joy and party and fun. Absolutely, it's so like sisterly. Like it seems like they grew up together almost, and I think that's just because of like the love that Ella and I have for each other, and like we feel the same way about each other that like our characters feel about each other. And if you've ever seen us interact in person, like it's like we're just the same. Yeah, it is very special and very sweet, and I'm glad that it is such a prominent part of the story, because if we're covering like the ins and outs of college, young adulthood, like your friendships are so important. No, that's actually really crazy that you say that. I'm like, yeah, I guess they don't ever fight. I don't know. I don't think they need to. I can't imagine. Again, Ella's like one of my best friends. I've never fought her on anything, so I think they set a good example for what you should want from your friendships when you're going to college and meeting new people and deciding who you want to keep as part of your life. I think Hannah kind of forces Allie to kind of touch base with that like emotional inner core of hers. I think like Allie feels very like protective over Hannah, and so seeing Hannah go through things or feel emotional, not only like does that help Allie get more in touch with her own emotions, but then like Hannah is an incredibly supportive friend, and like, you know, without Hannah, Allie would just be like bouncing around like an insane person all the time, and Hannah kind of like grounds her, and they keep each other balanced, you know, from each end of the spectrum. They meet in the middle and become well-rounded people. Well, absolutely, because it kind of sets up Allie's relationship with Hannah is such a core problem in her relationship with Dean, eventually. And so I think without establishing that like how important this relationship is to her, then you might lose the stakes when it comes to the season that Allie and Dean are supposed to be together. And Allie's like, well, no, but what about my friend? Like, no, now we know these characters as friends and we love them as friends and we like understand what Allie's going through when she's like, I can't do this to my friend. I just think that shows that Allie knows what people need when they're dealing with heavy emotions, you know? She knows it doesn't really benefit Hannah to know that she knows. There's no reason for it to be talked about if Hannah's not comfortable. She knows that Hannah's had support from a therapist, and she knows that Hannah has support from her family, and so I feel like she is comfortable taking a back seat until Hannah's ready to come to her. And at the bottom line, like, Allie's top concern is Hannah's comfort and happiness, and so she's just gonna do whatever makes her comfortable. So that was our chemistry read scene. Wow. So that was obviously emotional to do for so many reasons. It was so nostalgic, just from like meeting Ella for the first time and like not knowing her and not knowing like how close we would become and how much our lives would change. And also I just think the writing, the way that scene is written is so good, and we all had spent all summer getting to know these characters so well and developing personal friendships with each other that then were kind of bleeding into, like, you know, my friendship with Ella on screen, or Allie's friendship with Hannah on screen. And so, no, honestly, like, Ella and I always talk about it, we did no real work on that scene on the day. We were just like, I love you, I'm gonna listen to what you're saying and let that affect me the way that it does. And it just, like, we were like sobbing in the rehearsal. Like, it's just impossible not to when you're looking at Ella's sweet face. I think Allie's learning to let go of her own like expectations and judgments of herself, and learning that like she can't help the way that she feels, or, you know, whatever. And she's learning that like sometimes you just have to have difficult conversations. I don't know if she's quite there yet, but like it's getting there.
Yeah, she has a lot more growing to do, but yeah, she's grown so much, of course, already.
Oh yeah. I just think it's like the perfect introduction to what it is Allie loves about Dean. Like, she's coming in with Sean and he's perfectly fine and whatever, but she's like sees this guy that's, I don't know, it's just, there's just something there. And I think it's a really fun way to kind of like showcase who they both are as people and why it brings them together. You know, Dean loves women, and so he sees Allie dancing and he's like, I gotta go talk to that girl. And Allie's just like in her own world and wants to have fun, and like those two energies are obviously gonna attract each other. So yeah, I think it was a really fun way to show that.
It's gonna make like it's gonna break me.
Yeah.
I know it will. You guys killed it.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have to create a new software for this one. I have no idea whose idea it was. I can only imagine it was Luisa and Gina's idea. But yeah, when I went in for my first fitting and there was like a nude leotard hanging in the closet, I was like, what's up with this? And then they started draping fabrics over me and showing me pictures and being like, this is what you're gonna do. And I was like, okay, like this is kind of insane. And it took so many fittings for that dress to come together. It was like, it was surreal. And then, yeah, I was just like, oh my God, they're gonna love it. What was in that minute was me doing a lot of this and like them being like, it's enough with the arms. No, Steven and I just like had to choreograph like a whole dance because they didn't want us to be like standing there not knowing what we were doing. So they were just like, you know, they always knew they were going to cut around it. But it was a whole choreographed thing. I'm not going to show you the video, but I have a video on my phone of it.
Well, you should post it.
No.
You can't?
It's like us in like sweats and like in a bun, like dancing in a studio, being like, is this how you do it? I mean, Allie says it all the time. She loves love. Like, she just wants to be in love, and she feels, you know, comfortable with Sean, and he is sweet, you know? Yeah, I think it's the first time in her life that she's kind of like having to make this tough decision as an adult, and so it just takes her a second to get there.
Yeah, and he didn't want to get the Dunkin' cup. That's like,
he didn't even want to get the cup.
He
couldn't even go get the cup.
When she's wearing that whole dress, come on, get the cup.
She's taped into that thing, and he can't get the cup. I mean, I feel like she has to. Allie's an actor. She's emotionally aware of people and their fronts, and I think Dean is being pretty vulnerable with Allie there. I think Steven gives also like a fantastic layered performance, and he's dropping the hints that, you know, there's maybe something going on underneath that. And also Allie in her own head, she's like, no, everyone loves love, everyone wants to be in a relationship, so she's probably got that bouncing around too. But yeah, that was actually the first scene that Steven and I filmed together, which I thought was really fantastic planning, because yeah, it just felt really natural and easy, and it's one of my favorite scenes that we have.
Me too. And was that your chemistry read scene? Curious, or? No. What was?
It was the scene in the penthouse when Hannah calls and Ellie's like, I gotta go.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But actually, you know what? There might have been little pieces from the fire pit scene thrown in there too.
Definitely, yeah.
Because it was longer than, yeah. But generally it was the penthouse scene, yeah.
There was more to the fire pit scene than was there?
No, there was more in the chemistry read scene.
Oh, okay.
It was almost like a marriage between the two, but it was the penthouse scene. That was the hottest building I've ever been in my entire life, and thank God I was practically naked, because those poor boys, like Josh is wearing the biggest sweater I've ever seen, and so it was a struggle, but it was one of those days where like we all got to be together, which is extremely rare in such a large ensemble cast. So that was fun. Yeah, the costume was another like built from scratch situation that took a minute, and I was like, are we gonna do this for every freaking block of shooting? But yeah, it was cool. It was fun.
Definitely. And you know, at the end of that drunk Shakespeare scene is when she decides to call Dean. I guess first instance of call Dean.
Yeah.
Future major, more major moment.
More
in the future.
major call Dean.
Yeah. But you know, that kickstarts their hookups. Is there more that draws her to him than just the no strings attached fun? Like, what is it about him at that moment that she's like, yeah, I think, like, I'm ready for this?
I think she really connects with him at the fire pit. Like, he makes her feel so seen in a way that, like, you know, Sean didn't really, and she kind of is extremely vulnerable with him, and he surprises her by being really smart and well-spoken, which she doesn't expect, you know, from the Dean De Laurentiis that she knows from campus. So I think that just kind of piques her interest. I think also, like, to tie into your earlier question, like, yeah, I think she can feel that there's something else maybe there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's hiding a lot under there. I guess we'll find out why.
Under all that blonde hair. Who knows what's going on in that head.
Yeah, that's very true. I guess Steven has to be bleaching that constantly, too.
Poor Steven.
Poor guy. But I guess you didn't have to, which is good.
No, but what's funny is I did, once I got home, because they highlighted my hair for the show, and I had never colored my hair at all, and I was always like so proud of having like virgin hair. And so once they highlighted it, I was like, that's it, I'm doing whatever I want. So then I did bleach my hair when I got home, but then I had to dye it back.
To full blonde? Or?
Like, to me, I was like, I'm completely blonde.
Yeah.
You would probably still say I was brunette, but I was like,
gotta try it, you know?
Yeah,
gotta see what Allie in the books, you know?
yeah, see if it would have worked.
Yeah, but your hair in the show is amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
It's so good.
Thank you.
Love it. As a fellow Bangs
Yes.
girl, I was like, always look good.
So that took a gajillion takes. That was so much fun because it was also like Kobe driving the car, which was hilarious. Like they just set up camera. Like we did have a process trailer, and so at points they were just kind of dragging us around, but then there were also points that Kobe was just driving us, and like it was just the three of us in the car with cameras set up and microphones, like acting out a scene with no director or crew around. I don't know, it was like really trippy and fun. And I also love Kobe, and I love Kobe and Steven together. The three of us have a lot of fun. So yeah, that was like so fun.
Yeah, I'm obsessed that they're starting the Bo friendship like earlier.
You got to.
I mean, it's so good. I mean,
Yeah.
especially like I'm excited to see Allie and his friendship develop more, and we kind of
Yeah.
see it with the Joanna stuff later on too, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
nice. But also, I have to know, does the Dean dancing video exist? Like, did Stephen film? Because on his, did he film anything or was it no?
he
Oh,
didn't.
Sad. He
Boo.
should.
I know.
Maybe next season.
And it probably would have helped me a lot actually to be able to watch
Yeah.
Steven dance.
That's true. Because you're reacting to it. and
Yeah,
the-
he should have been a more thoughtful scene partner.
And he has the moves obviously from the costume
Dude,
party.
and what's like crazy is if you see Steven, like lately he's like been dancing. Like he's Belmont's a big dancer, and I think Steven's learning from him.
I feel like I saw that in Brazil when
In
you
Brazil,
guys
that's
were.
exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah,
He just got up and so I was like, what?
You were just like you guys were just watching on the
I was
side,
like, I
whoa.
cannot believe this is happening right now in front of all these people. Love him.
It's amazing.
It is funny. Yeah, because I think that's like crossing some kind of like boundary into a new realm of their relationship. She's going to his family home, and it's just the two of them, and it's not like a sneaky hookup on campus. Like they're in a different city, and she's learning about his family and his life, and they're sitting there playing chess, and like he really gets vulnerable with her. And absolutely, in my mind, that was always when Allie's like alarm bells go off, and she's like, I really like you, and I'm in a relationship again, and like
Yeah, and then she runs away.
and she runs away. We had choreographed chess moves. Steven had never played chess before, but he learned quickly.
Oh. But you won. You're winning.
I think we give up on the game.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we.
But if you guys were to play in real life.
If Steven and I played chess in real life,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, yes. I think he's maybe like indirectly helped her grow with just like helping her recognize and learn things about herself and what she wants. He's also like, validated her wants and dreams, which obviously is like really helpful in someone's like journey to success. So yeah, I would absolutely say he helped her grow. No, he doesn't know anything about her, really, I think, honestly. But I also don't really feel like Hannah even knows that much about her. Like, I think there's this really deeply emotional part of Allie that, like, she doesn't talk about. So hopefully we get to cover that. I think Allie takes people for their word a lot, and so maybe like subconsciously she has an inkling. She's in a confused place. Like she's just probably not as in tune with what's going on as she typically would be. It's her biggest fear what happens, in the end. Like that is exactly what she was trying to avoid. And I think in it being her biggest fear, she thought it was a possibility, if that makes sense. I think she's regretting it because she feels bad, but I think, yeah, I think if she could go back in time, she probably wouldn't have done it. But she also knows, like, that they had a deal, and it's tough.
It is.
She didn't know.
Yeah, it's not
like,
her fault.
He should have said it. I'm excited to hang out with my friends. Like, Ella got to go to set and hang out with all of everybody all the time, and, like, I didn't. So I am excited, selfishly, to, like, have more days on set with the boys.
Definitely. I'm excited to see her I feel like she hasn't really interacted with, like, Tucker or Logan in any major way.
Allie and Tucker would be besties.
I think so, too. I mean, because you guys are pretty close, I think.
Yeah, I guess I'm just like...
I feel like I see pictures of you guys a lot, you and Jalen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cute.
I'm excited to explore the theater of it all a little bit more. I did have a lot of fun doing the Drunk Shakespeare. It was obviously, like, not real, you know, performance. But I did theater when I was, like, a child and enjoyed it. And so I'm kind of excited to, like, dig into Allie's acting side a little bit more. I think Allie's, like, wants to cry. I think Allie wants to make people cry and be miserable. She's, like, gonna do, like, the saddest role ever.
Yeah, I mean,
I think inadvertently, I think she can't help it. Like, I think she can't help but, like, bring work home with her in a way, mentally. It better not. It better not.
You've read this, you've started reading the scripts maybe for season 2?
I've read the first script.
Okay.
For season 2.
Okay, but we don't know anything yet.
Yeah, and let me tell you what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that it ends in the middle of the action. That's wild. I wonder who wins the fight, you know? Do we think Dean would win?
It's Hannah. Hannah jumps in and wins the fight.
Or Allie could.
We knock them all out.
Awesome.
Tucker.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tucker. So.
Allie, Hannah, and Tucker all gang up on everyone else.